record on this computer. I've never recorded on this computer before, so let's hope that this goes over well and that I can figure out how to upload it, because I figured out on my old computer, but now I'm on my work computer. So I wanted to go over a couple of things, and it's probably going to be a little bit faster tonight. And then if you have questions at the end, or like if you just want to ask anything random, any questions that you have, any tips, tools, whatever, we can do that. I am going to mute. Oh, it looks like everyone's muted except for me. I'm gonna mute everyone, and then if you have a question, just put it in the chat and I'll answer it, or like unmute yourself at any time. I'm only muting it only because I'm recording it. But I wanted to talk tonight about posting. So I have been looking over posts and looking at my posts and just trying to figure out, the best way to make sure that we're utilizing posting in the best way that we possibly can. And I was listening to a video today, and it was, when you post, you should post with the intentions of you making a connection with someone. So when you post, you want it to be about you, something that brings you joy, something that relates to you, because when you message someone, they're going to look at your page every single time, without a doubt. Every single time someone messages me, whether it's just a hey, how are you, a happy birthday, or they want to know if I'm interested in what they're doing, I always go to their page to see what the heck they're talking about, or why they're messaging me, or what it is. And they are doing the same exact thing to you. So if you message someone and then they look at your page and there's nothing that they can look to even figure out who you are or what you're about, then chances of them messaging you back are slim to none. And so they want to look at your page and make that instant connection, like, oh my goodness, I can see that she likes Rachel Hollis too. Oh, she's also following a keto lifestyle. She's a kindergarten teacher. I'm a teacher. I get that connection. So you have to make sure that your posts are you, and sharing about what you're about. I've been sharing about my wedding journey. I've been sharing about my keto journey. I've been sharing about weight loss. I've been sharing about all these things because that's me. That's what season in life I am in right now. And obviously what I'm posting is not going to be the same exact thing that you're posting. So moving forward from that, a lot of people are like, okay, so you want to make sure that you're messaging, right? So that message is that initial seed, and you're planting that seed. And then the post is what's going to be what fertilizes and what is watering that seed. So you planted that seed, that initial seed, by messaging that person. Then they're going to look at your page and see what you're posting, right? So if you don't have any posts talking about what this business is doing for you or what these products are doing for you, chances of them coming back to you and answering you are going to be slim to none. Or they're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're not serious about this, because I can see through your page that you're not talking about it for a reason. Like, why aren't you talking about it? But when you are posting, you are fertilizing that seed. You are watering that seed, because they're going to continue to see that over and over and over again and be like, okay, she's serious about this. Like, these products are changing her life. These products are changing these people that she's helping lives. And, this clearly means something. And so it's really important that we are posting great content stuff. We have a photo album in Live Love Wrap that says photos to avoid, or something like along those lines, but very clear that these are photos that we should not be using because they're spammy, and that's not the way our team trains. There is other teams out there, I'm sure, that trains that way, but lucky for us, our team does not train that way. Our team trains us to be us. Okay, our team is training us to share the things that we love, share our joys, share us, because people are buying into us. There are other people out there that do what we do, and the reason why they are ordering from us or getting started with us is because we've made that connection with them. So if you're just sharing a stock photo of a wrap, like if I just took a picture of this wrap right here and then said, this is our wrap, It helps tighten, tones, and firm. It does X, Y, and Z. How is someone going to make a connection with you? They're not. So when we're posting, we want to make sure that we're posting our life, how these products, of course, are going to change our lives, but there's certain ways to incorporate it into your everyday lifestyle. So I am going to share my screen and give you guys some examples of just like my posts, and if you guys have any questions along the way, just let me know. And let me know if it actually shares, because the other day it was not. Okay, sorry. Let's see if I can move this. Okay. Yes, I was looking at different things earlier. Okay, so this is my profile, okay? So what you're going to notice is there is, I mean, maybe I might have one along the way, but there is no stock photos, okay? Nothing. Nothing so far. Now here's one over here. If you look right here, and I do have the shake because it was a video that I was making. It was a video. But other than that, I really don't have any stock photos. So if someone went to go look at my page, they would see me, and that's what you want. You want people to be seeing you and who you are so that they can make that connection with you. So for example, this was my post today. I talked about how it was time to quit the excuses, time to make yourself a priority again, and time to just like do all of those goals that you have for yourself. And at the bottom here, literally what I wrote to incorporate like the business or the products in here, I said, you can do this. Just take the first step. Today I drank my water, worked out, and had my TFX to help enhance my results. What did you do? Literally, I threw the product in there and how I was using it. But if someone was just to look at my thing, they would be like, they would learn more about me and then be like, oh, what is TFX? I didn't give information about what it was. I didn't share because I want to have that conversation with them and teach them about that product instead of me saying on my post every single bit of information that they need, because then we wouldn't have the conversation, and then I wouldn't be able to help them and guide them to get what they want. Let's see another example. Okay. This was another product post, but if you looked at that, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's just a picture of me holding a coffee cup. But if you click on it, I was talking about how this person apparently was a little crazy on my comments here. I said, may your coffee be strong, your days be bright. Today I started my day off by drinking some amazing fat burning mocha coffee, and quite honestly, it was one of the most perfect cups. Look at what it's done. And then through here, I threw in some before and after pictures, which I haven't done in a while. But I threw in some, hey Jack, there you are. I threw in some before and after photos, because that way they can be like, oh, cool, this is how other people are losing weight too. But when they go to my page, that's not the first thing that they're seeing. This post right here was a business post. I talked about how I couldn't wait for summer to be at Ashley's pool all summer again, and this time not working at all, but just working from my phone right by her pool. I just invite myself over Ashley's house all the time, all summer long, because she has a pool, and I'm like, yep, let's do it, and we can work together right from our phones and literally inside the pool, which is great. And how many people would want to do that? So many people, and they can relate to that. They can see this picture and be like, how is she working from her phone? I wonder. And then that can start the conversation, like I was saying, instead of just me posting a picture like, do you want to join my team? This is another way to do that. Are we all getting pretty much the gist of it? Different things. Now, when I first started, we used to post, like I was talking about earlier, stock photos of products and before and afters and stuff like that. And when I do stuff like that now, it's in my stories. So let's see if I can show you my story. So today I literally made this video of my coffee. Then I went through and I was sharing other people's stories about their journey with this business. again here, here, about how they can get the $20. We paid $99, how they can get started for $20, the different packs, and then they can take the poll. Okay, now I try and do either a business poll every day, or I try and do a product poll every day. Like I try and focus like 4 days in a row of that same thing. So tomorrow and the next day I'll do another business one, and then the next 4 days I'll focus on one specific product and continuously post about that, so that people are seeing it and it's in their brains, and then they can click on the poll instead of doing it like flat out right here on my page, because I want people to look at my page and see me instead of that stock photo. Then what I do on Instagram, so I literally posted this on Instagram. I don't press share. I literally copied and pasted it onto my Facebook page right here. So literally everything that I post on Instagram as a post, I can also post on Facebook. So it's like a 2-for-1. I'm hitting both audiences. Sometimes it's the same people, sometimes it's different people. I always go live on Facebook. I try and go live once a day about something. My sister today told me she was done with watching my live videos because I'm too crazy for her. I said, oh, sorry, people like it. I have the fans. I don't know what to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But I always try and go live at least one time a day. And let me tell you something. I love to talk. I love to entertain. I love doing stuff like that. But when I went on my first Facebook Live, I was scared to death, and I had notes. I had everything all written out for me, and I was like, I'm going to mess up on my words. I don't know everything about these products. I don't know. And it's okay. You know what? Maybe think for your first live, if you haven't gone live before, think of a specific product that you want to talk about. Write down some bullet points and just talk about it that way. So I have been in the business. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, but I think you guys get the gist of these posts, right? So I have been in the business for 3 years now, which is crazy to say. Technically, it hasn't been 3 years because it was a leap year when I joined. I was actually really annoyed the other day because Dalton got a email from at work saying like, congratulations on your anniversary. And I didn't get that because I technically haven't even had a year in, because it was on February 29th. It was a leap year. So next year will technically be my 1 year, but it's really my 4th year. But I was like, dang, that would have been a cool thing to post, but it's fine. So I have been in this business for 3 years. So I have a testimony. I have a testimony for the products, and I have a testimony for the business. So sometimes when you first get started, you're like, okay, Jill, like, that's great. I see you're posting. I see all these things, but how am I supposed to post that this business hasn't changed my life yet, or these products haven't changed my life yet? Well, that's exactly what you need to be sharing. You need to be sharing about where you're going, what you want out of this business. You know, especially in the beginning, something that I wanted was to stop working 3 jobs. I was working 3 jobs and going to school full time. And I didn't want to do that anymore because I was so stressed and I was so tired. And I feel like I would wake up, get ready for work, go to school, come home, shower, go to bed, and then wake up and do it all over again. And I was sick and tired of that same routine over and over and over again, and not having time for my family and my friends. And so I talked about that. I talked about how I could not wait until after teaching one day, I could go out with my friends and do whatever the heck I wanted to do. I talked about how the weekends were going to be free and I was going to take vacations and how I was going to do all these things. I talked about how when my someday wedding was coming up, that I was going to help pay for it and that I wouldn't put that burden on my family. I talked about literally everything. I talked about the bonuses I was going to claim. I was talked about, just what I wanted. And that's why it's so important when you join and when I ask you, why did you hit that start button? And if you're sitting here right now thinking, I don't know, I want you to really dig deep tonight. And unless you already have more recently, but I want you to really dig deep tonight and tell me why. Why did you get started with this? Because that is what's going to help drive those posts and drive you when you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. or feel like you're just so tired and you're like, nah, I'm just going to not post today. No, you got to be posting every single day. It's a good content post, okay? And then, for example, with the products, you know, what is it that you want out of these products? What is it that you want other people to know about these products? So, I mean, I'm obsessed with this keto coffee, and I know that most of us on this team are because it's so good. But you know, I don't want to just post a stock photo of the keto coffee and say this is MCT oil, grass-fed butter, collagen, blah, 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 and just post it down in a list like that. You want to talk about how this skinny mocha coffee or this skinny coffee is going to help you flaunt your two-piece bikini when you're on the beach this summer and working from your phone this summer. Like incorporating the products in that way, and how it's going to, like, how you got rid of the case of the Monday blues because that first sip of your coffee helped you feel so much better. Like certain things like that. The other day, Hannah sent me a message about how she was sick on, I think it was yesterday, she was sick and wasn't feeling good, so she had to call out from work, but how thankful she was that she was able to still work from her bed. Guys, that's amazing. I mean, how many people can say that out in this world if you're not doing a network marketing company? For example, my co-teacher just literally had to go out on bed rest randomly because something happened with her baby, and she ended up having her baby like 5 weeks early. I think it was 5 weeks early. And she had to take that time off of work that she wasn't expecting, where if that ever happened to me, I am so lucky that I have this business to fall back on all the time. And not, I shouldn't say fall back on, but have to make sure that I have that financial cushion all the time and never have to worry about that. People lose their jobs all the time. They get laid off or fired or whatever it is, and you just never know. And so with this company, there's always that, like, that certainty that when you put the work in, it's going to be worth it. So you got to be talking about it. You have to be sharing about it. But you know, look at your posts tonight. I really want you guys to look at your posts tonight and think, like, if I message someone right now, and they went and looked at my profile, would they know what this company could do for them? Would they know what these products could do for them? And if the answer is no, then you need to revamp it. Something that Jade Hooper says she does, and I need to get better at doing this, is she tries to look at her calendar for the month, okay? You can literally go on Google and type in March 2019 calendar, print it out, and then sit down with it and think of what that month looks like for you. Okay. Do you have to take your kid to a basketball game? Do you have school? Do you have work? What do you have that day? And, you know, try and pre-plan your posts about how you think that you're going to be feeling that day, how you think, your time is going to be, how you think those products are going to help in that time. And you can totally sit there and pre-plan those posts, because a lot of people are like, well, Jill, I don't have time to sit there for 10 minutes and write a post because I have to go to school. I have to do work. I have to do this. I have to do that. Trust me. I get it. I was there. But when I started, I was working 3 jobs and going to school full time. And when I started, we were posting 6 to 8 times a day. And I literally would sit there in the morning and pre-plan every single post that I was going to post, so that when I had a chance to go to the bathroom at 8 o'clock, I posted. When I had a chance to go to the bathroom at 10 o'clock, I posted. When I had a chance at lunch, I posted. When I had a chance when I got home from work, I posted. That's how it was. So you can do it. I've been trying to post about like 2 things a day on Facebook, and then 1 really good content post on Instagram a day. I noticed that when I do 1 on Instagram, I get more interaction from it, whereas I post 2 times on Facebook, I can, like, in the morning and afternoon. So you just got to figure out what's best for your audience. But that's kind of what I had to share about posting. If you are like, I don't know if this is like, if I should post this, send it to me. Be like, hey, is this a good content post to post? But it's just so stinking important that you do it. Okay, I could tell you a million times how to post, but you have to actually do it, because I see all your posts. I know what you guys are posting. I know exactly what you guys are posting. So I'm here to tell you that it's just so important. Okay. We can put stories up all we want, but what people are going to do is as soon as you message them, they are going to look at your profile to see if you mean what you're saying. And if there's no content to back up what you are saying, then how can they trust you? How do they know that you're serious about this? So that's what I wanted to say today. Does anyone have any questions? Or Jackie, do you want to add anything? You're the queen of posting and what to post. And
was just taking notes.
Yeah, Jackie's posts are really good. I'm really jealous. But I'm just saying.
I've had 5 years of practice because I've posted every day since I started with the business. So people always say like, I love your posts, and I feel like I can't post because I don't post like you. And I was like, first of all, you shouldn't be posting like me because you should be posting like you. It should sound like you. It shouldn't sound like me because you're not me, and your people that you know aren't. They might not relate to what I post, right? So. Sorry, he's handing me paintbrushes as I'm trying to talk to you guys.
hey, Gab.
My biggest thing that I could say is if you read your post out loud and it doesn't sound like what you would probably say to your best friend, then it probably shouldn't go on Facebook and Instagram, because people don't want to. Can you just go bring those to the living room really quick? Go bring them to the living room. Hustle. Okay. Sorry, just had to get them away for a second. It's making me crazy. Yeah, if you read your post or even your message, I mean, this goes for all of that, and it isn't something that you would say to your best friend, then it probably isn't what should go on social media. Like, I see so many people, and granted, once in a while, you can put what's in the keto coffee and, like, list them all out in bullet points. I throw that in there, but most of the time, people want to know what it's doing for you. So I only really post about products that I'm personally using, which is why you should be using products, because you should be a product of the product. And even before I had weight to lose, when I started this, I was pretty skinny and I didn't really have weight to lose, but I still use so many of the products. I still use the skincare and all that stuff. And so you should be a product of the product, but you should be telling people what it's doing for you in product posts. Right? So like how I would tell my best friend if she asked me what the coffee's like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel amazing. I have so much energy. It tastes like a latte. Like, I absolutely love it, and whatever. So that's what I say in my posts. When you're talking about the business, you have to get emotional. Like, you have to make people feel an emotion because they buy on emotion. So if you're not making someone feel an emotion with your posts because you're just saying like, it's $20 to join my team, you should do it. Like, no one's going to join your team. No offense, but they're not. But if you were like, before this, this is my story. I tell my story like all the time. You don't have to have like a big story, but I was working, let's go backwards. When I was a newbie, right? I work full time and I absolutely love my job, but it requires me to be away from my husband a lot, and I don't feel like I have a ton of freedom, and I'm just ready to be able to pay off my debt and go on vacation whenever I want, and have a big savings account, and like I'm ready to just feel a little bit more freedom and take control of my life. Like, I would say things like that. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't have like a story back then, but I signed a ton of people, and it wasn't because I had already made a lot of money, because I had made $16 in my first paycheck. So just telling your story over and over and over again is so important. And most people think that they're being annoying. And I know that feeling, because when I first started, I was like, Courtney, I'm being so annoying. I'm talking about the same thing over and over and over again. And she was like, yeah, but most of the people that on your Facebook aren't even seeing your posts. Like, one of my girls the other day, she was like, you probably saw that I posted about this a week ago. And I was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't see it. And so even though you think people are seeing all your posts, and that really is more of a self-development thing, you need to go do some self-development, because that means you think people are judging you and that you care, and you need to get over that. But at the same time, like, people can think I'm annoying if they want. They don't. You just think that they do. I know that this is going to help someone. And so even if you don't feel like you can make it to Ambassador Diamond, realize that there's probably someone on your Facebook or Instagram right now that could. And so it's your job to bring them in so they can get there. And honestly, so you can get there along with them. So
absolutely. And the whole thing with like worrying about annoying people too, it's like people need to see your post consistently to know that you are for real about this. So if you post once and then you stop posting about what this business can do or what these products can do for you, they're going to be like, oh, she doesn't mean it. Like she's scared of what other people think, which means that she doesn't mean this and that these products aren't as great as she said it was 2 weeks ago because she hasn't posted about it since. And people need that reminder of like, oh, she's still doing it because she must really like it because she's still doing it. She's still doing it. And it takes people a couple times to see something in order for them to feel comfortable or to say yes. I don't know what the statistic is. Maybe you do, Jack, but the amount of times that someone needs to see or hear something before they commit to it.
Like 7 to 12 times.
Yeah.
And what happens? So you were talking earlier about how, you plant the seed by asking them and then you water it by posting. So if you plant the seed, it's also called priming. It's like a real thing. And so when you're telling someone about the business and then they know about it and then they start to see it, if you're not watering that seed by talking about it and by posting, then someone else is. And I guarantee you're going to lose that potential. They're going to go to someone else and you're going to be like, what the heck? And you're going to look back and be like, oh, well, I wasn't doing my job. I didn't follow up. I didn't keep posting about it with, excitement and seriousness. And so, yeah, it all works together. Like Cheyenne Knox did a whole video about it the other day that Jill sent me, and it was so good. And she was saying, like, if you have to be messaging, you have to be following up, like you have to be posting, you have to be doing all those things, because if you're messaging and you're not posting, they have no idea what you're talking about and they're not going to join you. If you're following up in your messaging, I'm trying to think of all the other things now, but you're not posting, then they're not going to know what you're talking about. If you're not following up and you're just messaging and posting, then someone else could be grabbing your potential because they're following up with them. Like, you'll have to do all the things, right? It's all so important.
And what we do is not hard. It's not hard what we do. It's just all mindset. I mean, literally, if you looked at my notebook right now, which is downstairs, or else I would show you, like, I have the same tasks every single day. Message people, adding to my network, making a post, doing polls, following up. Those are my 5 things that I do every single day. Now, of course, I post differently every day, and I tend to do different polls, but it's the same 5 things. And it's just repetitive, but you get better and better and better at it. You learn how to talk to people. You learn how to post better. You learn how to engage in conversations better. You just it's tedious, but it's easy, and it's just what you have to do in order for this to completely explode. I mean, sorry, my hair is wild tonight. My brother was not supportive of me whatsoever when I started this. The rest of my family couldn't really have cared less. They were like, sure, Jill, do you, whatever. But my brother had a really hard time with me doing this. And it's just so weird. And for the first couple months, I let him kind of get to me. I let him bother me a little bit with it. And then eventually when after the maybe 6th or 7th time he said something or made a comment to me, I just blocked him. I literally, we're only friends on Snapchat now. And it's funny because now he uses the product. Now whenever his friend decides to start the business, he goes, hey, can you help so-and-so? They just started it. And it's like, dude, come on. But if I let what he said to me, and my brother, me and him have a hard relationship, but we are super close too. If I let what he said to me stop me, we all wouldn't be here right now. You guys are all, minus Jackie, a part of my downline. We all would not be here on this same team right now. So do not let the fear of, oh my God, I might be annoying someone, or if someone ever said anything to you, don't let that stop you. Let it motivate you, let it drive you, and be like, I'm going to prove that person wrong. I'm going to do this. And just keep going. Oh, I'm so excited about this because I know that you guys all have it in you to do this and to explode your businesses and make those awesome content posts. And like Jackie said, she's had 5 years of experience. I've had 3 years of experience. We do not expect you to know right off the gate what to do. I literally sent a video to Denise today about how to follow people and where to find good content people, because I mean, this is a business and it's new to us. Like, I do not expect anyone to understand what to do because we don't go to school and they don't teach us how to find the people that will bring us joy in our network. Like, that's just not something that they teach ever. And so what we're doing is out of the norm, but pretty soon it will become normal, and it will become something that most people are doing. Guys, businesses are going out of business. Like, stores are going out of business. Payless, I don't know how long they've been around. They're going out of business because everything is going online. Kids stores are going out. Like, it's crazy, but it's just what we have our hands on right now is amazing. And right now is like it's like a huge boom is happening. So I wanted to come on and just say, like, it's so important to plug into these two, because this is how you're going to learn. This is how you're going to grow. And this is the only way that you're going to, not the only way, but this is a way that you're going to learn how to do it and be better in this business, by getting exposure from people that have been doing it for a while. And people in our team page, like, we're always sharing things. We're always saying, do not post. Like, there's literally an album. Do not post. Avoid these photos. Because if I went onto your page and I saw, like, join my team for $20, like a green post, I would not know who you were. I want to know who you are when I go to your page. I want to know what makes you happy. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what's going on in your life. If you looked at my page right now, like we did, you would know that I do keto. You would know that I am getting married. You would know that I start jazzercising, getting back into the gym. You would know that I love drinking my fat burning coffee. You would know all of these things because if you look at my page, it's there. It's clear. You would know that I'm in a relationship. You would know that I have good friends. You would know all these things because it's there. It's photos of those things. It's not a photo of, like I said, here is the wrap. How is that going to share with anyone, right? How is this, if this was my photo that I was sharing with you, people cannot connect to that. They have to connect to you. So making sure that you're doing that, posting about you, posting about your life, where you're going, being you, and things that bring you joy and make you, you. So does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to add? Ash, anyone? No? She's like, don't call on me. Don't do that to me. Ah. All right. Well, thank you guys for hopping on tonight. If you did miss the beginning of this, I did record it, and I'm going to stop recording.